Can you see me? I am not my brother. I do not have his name or his face. I do not share his thoughts or his feelings or his memories or his illness. Sometimes I think people can't see me at all because when they look at me, he is all they can see. When my parents told me that they were getting a divorce, I didn't even know what it meant. I had to ask everyone I knew. I was in first grade and I told my friend at school that day because I didn't know what else to do. And so by lunch, everyone knew. And I was a bad luck charm. Me. I hadn't done anything, but somehow everyone looked at me different than before. And I was alone. People stopped seeing me that day. They just saw the divorce. My brother felt it too, and I didn't even know it. While I tried to understand how life was changing, Dad moved out, Mom was sad, and I couldn't figure out how to comfort her. It didn't occur to me that I saw less and less of my brother. He was building a cocoon around himself, living in his room with only his computer and his video games. And his thoughts. I do not have my brother's thoughts. I don't even know what they were, but the sickness was taking over and changing them somehow, and I never even knew, until the day he came out of that cocoon. I was 8 years old when my brother threatened to hurt himself, and not just himself, but my mom, and me. I was scared, yes. I was scared because I didn't understand what had happened to my brother, because I didn't feel safe in my own home. I slept with my door locked at night because I was afraid of my own brother. And I still loved him because he was my brother, but I was afraid because I didn't know what had happened to him. School came, and things felt better. I talked to my school counselor and told her what had happened with my brother, and I felt better for a while. But I don't think that my counselor saw me. She just saw the threat of my brother's illness. Soon after this, he was picked up on a 5150. 5150. 4 numbers that mean a hospital has taken you into protective custody because they are worried that you are a danger to yourself or to others. He went away once, and then again, and I started to think that maybe it was the counselor's fault, that one that I had talked to, or maybe the principal. My brother was just living his life and trying to do his best, right? Like the rest of us, right? But I had no one to ask, because no one saw me. They just saw those 4 numbers wherever I went. At least life was predictable. We knew what was coming every day, and I started getting used to it, and that was a kind of strange comfort. But it was something. Then, out of nowhere, my brother was arrested. I didn't even know what he had done wrong. He hadn't done anything. He was just gone. And once again, I was left behind. I couldn't even tell how I felt. I felt safe for the first time, and I couldn't remember how long, but afraid now in a very different way. My family was breaking. If they could just take him away like that, how long would it be before they took me too? I was falling into the dark, scared, confused, helpless, and for the first time, I couldn't even see myself. I wanted to see my brother so badly, just to sit there and see him and talk to him, but I couldn't. Because while he stayed in juvenile hall like a criminal, I wasn't even allowed to come up to the front desk, let alone see him or talk to him. He didn't do anything wrong. They just couldn't think of another place to put him. The worst of it was how devastated my mother was. That was her little boy locked away in there, and all she had to show was a few letters that he was able to send. And again, we were alone. In a world full of people, we were alone because who could relate to us or understand us? Who would believe us? Who could see us? And at school, the bad luck charm became worse. I walked the halls by myself, aware of the stares and the whispers that since my brother was mental, I must be mental too. They couldn't see me. They could only see my brother behind those bars. But I am not my brother. And then one day, I met people who could see me. People like me, that suffered from depression and anxiety brought on by the struggles of their lives, just like me. And I started to get stronger as I listened to the stories of people who were learning to cope, to take life one day at a time and keep on fighting. Because we can't let the darkness and the loneliness and the fear take us away forever. We can't change what mental illness has done to our lives, but we can keep living them stronger and stronger every day. I love my brother, but I am not my brother. And I want the world to finally see me for who I am. Can you see me now?